My name is Abbas Zahedi. I'm an artist working with installation, sound, and performance as ways of holding space to process difficult emotions and histories. In my current show at Nottingham Contemporary, Holding a Heart in Artifice, I've combined visual and sensory elements to create space for conversation and shared experience, thinking how a gallery can function to meet our emotional needs. I initially trained as a medic, and after a close bereavement, I diverted my energies towards art making as a way to process my own grief. In this exhibition, I've considered the parallels between the aesthetics of medical environments and contemporary art spaces, particularly the white sterility of both, a feature which I associate with sickness, dying, and death. In this show, I've borrowed part of an ECMO life support system from Glenfield Hospital in Leicester. ECMO stands for extracorporeal membrane oxygenation and is a form of life support therapy that uses an artificial heart and lung machine to oxygenate a patient's blood outside of their body. In the gallery, this machine quietly hums, pumping moisture gathered from the atmosphere through its system, water in the air which comes from our lungs and the surrounding bodies of water. This gesture alludes to how a visitor's presence energizes and stabilizes an institutional body, and is also a testament to the life force of everything that flows through the gallery. Around the perimeter of the space, I've positioned a number of steel buttresses which are bolted to the walls and floor. On the one hand, these industrial objects work to strengthen the gallery against external pressures, whilst at the same time conceptually function like cardiac stents, which hold arteries open, allowing blood to flow around the body. In this case, the buttresses hold the gallery open for a flow of conversations and moments of togetherness. Moments that have been enabled through a public program based around the staging area, which gets activated for specific events that will run throughout the exhibition. This area also contains an array of speakers which can be activated by a press to exit button, modified to play a sound work I composed, serving as a meditative escape from the show. An invitation to exit the visual mode. In another location, hanging from the ceiling, there is a bronze cast of a hand-carved stonework I originally made in 2017, and this object, being a more traditional work of art, is suspended as a kind of physical insurance policy, such that if the steel beams were to fail and the space collapse, we can retrieve this object from the rubble and exchange it for the resources needed to rebuild the gallery. A consideration around how traditional and conceptual works of art support one another and create space for new ways of working to emerge. Holding a Heart in Artifice is my way of trying to situate this sense of interdependence, how artists, audiences, workers, and artworks are all reliant on one another, and how passing the threshold of a gallery allows us to connect with different realities and systems of support, becoming vulnerable to the opportunities afforded through new conversations and understandings.